died of a clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death. So everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause. Even if
they're jamming our
had
transmissions.
Clear alternate cause, but you had COVID at the same time, it's still listed as a COVID death. So everyone who's listed as a COVID death doesn't mean that that was the cause of the death, but they had COVID at the time of death. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah, I hope that's helpful.
Yeah.
Again,
every summer. Was it hard to find because the text at the bottom was in Spanish?
I don't know.
Maybe, dude.
Like you can't find that in English.
Here's the problem, right? Sure. Like, you know, it's the old. It's not the old saying. It's a saying I've heard recently. Don't worry about waking up the sheep. Worry about waking up the sleeping lions. And that's what you got to do. The CNN is never going to run that. MSNBC is never going to run that. They're never going to wake up this small, active group of people that have blue check marks on their fucking thing, and they hate their fathers, and they just refuse to admit that they've been duped. It's like no matter how much you show them, and it's like
that's like it's like I don't even know what you would call it. It's like so many layers because what she said is it doesn't matter what you die of. If we test you and you have COVID, we're marking it as a COVID death from a test that can't even distinguish COVID from the flu. Right? 100%. From a test that was set at 40 cycles. It's just layer upon layer, which is at 40 cycles, 90% false positives. And it can't even tell if it's COVID. What the fuck is going on here? What are we doing? What are the real numbers? If this shit was in court, the judge would just fucking throw this shit out. Like, it was just like, what? Well, these numbers are ridiculous.
The judges, we live in a banana court now. Are these judges enforcing the law? Or are they being sold to the highest bidder? That's why, you know, Eddie, when we were in Omaha, you really fucking hit on it, dude. We have to watch the governors. You know what the internet did?
The local government.
The internet.
They made us forget about local government.
Yes.
And the last 4 years, I've been balls deep in politics, but I was just paying attention to Washington, D.C. I didn't even know who our fucking governor was, but I knew all about Pelosi, Schumer, Nadler, all those fucking demons. I knew all about them, but I didn't even know who our fucking mayor was. And our governor, when the governors are the true presidents, the governors have the real power and the mayors, but we don't even know. We forgot like how that even works. And I think there needs to be, and Dr. Shiva's doing a great job at that. He's educating people on how local government works and how you get involved in it. Because nobody knows how to get involved in local government. And that's where it all starts. It's all about our governors. And that's, you know, I think this is a complete scamdemic, but I think in a crazy way we needed it because it's exposing the election system, it's exposing the election machines, it's exposing the mayors, the governors, and who has all the power, and the attorney generals and all this shit. So now people know what's up. Everybody knew it was all shady, but now we know how shady it is and how they get away with it. So in a crazy way, it's like if all this wasn't exposed, we would just keep living in a fantasy land like we were during the Obama years, during the Bush years, during the Clinton years, during the Bush senior years, while we were in a fucking haze. We didn't know what was going on. They were just putting all their demons in positions of power. Think about all the years. Think about how deep it must be since at least senior. I mean, they tried to kill Ronald Reagan.
No, but killed JFK. That's when it started.
Yeah, for sure. But
who
the
killed
plan.
JFK?
But
what did the flat earthers come up with on who killed JFK? Who masterminded it?
Who?
Well, the CIA, obviously, but who was their agent on the ground?
George Bush.
George Herbert Walker Bush.
He was in Dallas today, and he was in Washington, D.C., because I thought he was in New York on today. He's actually in Washington, D.C. on 9/11.
And his father got busted for funding the Nazis.
And his whole story about his plane going down, he's changed his story 5 times.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I think the mission. I think the mission was to get the CIA in the White House, and they did it. It was mission when George Bush Sr. came in. It was like mission accomplished. That was like that one mission complete. Now the next mission is the New World Order, and they, what's fucking hilarious? Go back and watch George Sr. doing his presidential debate against Bill Clinton and Ross Perot. Holy shit! Go back and watch that shit. Go back. It's just it's like improv at the fucking Groundlings. It's fucking
Ross
hilarious.
Perot
It's hilarious.
Just nailed Al Gore on that Larry King interview about what was going to happen to free trade. And we all laughed at it because he talked funny, man, he got big ass hairs. And he's like, man, it's going to destroy the U.S. We're like,
Yeah.
shut up, dude. And Al Gore lied right to our faces.
Yeah.
Because he's Club of Rome, dog. He's just part of it at all.